That's a cock up. That's a cock up. Where are you going with this? And welcome back to another episode / podcast of Chicken and Waffles. I did that again.
What the clock?
What the clock? I always
Disappointed.
say chicken as though it's me, and I'm not chicken. So yeah, we're back at the Waffle House for a second episode. It just works at the Waffle House. And I'm Dale, coaster capturer, aka Waffles.
Coast Chicken here, the chicken of the group. News of the month.
Well, let's check it out.
Oh, so last month you said there's no way Rita's ever going to go.
Yeah.
Still isn't open though, is it?
No.
A whole month has passed since last episode. Rita is still closed for maintenance. I'm telling you.
It's not going.
Its time is
going nowhere.
Short.
Just to jump in, and this is not scripted, there's prompts, but it's not scripted, is that Smiler's had a massive amount of issues I've seen across social media. So what does that say for Smiler?
It's not been down a month though.
But it's still temperamental. I've seen a video where it was stuck on, it reversed
temperamental
on the vertical lift. Have you seen that video?
Yeah, that is terrifying.
I would not have liked to have been in that situation.
No,
Power cut or whatever it was. Not good, man. Not good, man. So ride availability doesn't define that the ride is going to be binned.
Not ride availability, but the fact that it's been down 2 months of the 4 or 5 month season it's been open this year.
Grand National's been down for quite a long time.
But it's been having work done to
it. But
it's
still
not the same.
There's grey areas.
I don't think
Drink.
I think it's
drink. You get that if you watch this.
It's I don't think it's long for this world. I don't think the same about Stealth. Stealth's had reliability issues all season as well.
I just think that Merlin as a whole is in their parks on my radar, looking across social media and not doing great.
Struggling with ride availability. Definitely.
I've not been to a theme park in 3 months, man. I don't even think I could call myself the coaster capturer. I'm like Dave on Sky. All my photos are repeats. So yeah.
Shocking.
Drink.
We see water fountains on Toxcator on full now as well.
I want to
soaked.
Do want to check that out.
Are you going to do it?
Of course I am.
So we're going a couple of weeks' time, aren't we?
Yeah, I ain't afraid of no ghosts or water fountains. Yeah, I'm up for it.
I'll sit it out.
I can't understand why they've left it as long though. I know that it's now summer, but when we've been on it before, it's been absolute heat waved, and they never put it on. So it's good to see. It's good to see, and I'll give it a try. James, did you try it over there? Or did you chicken out?
I haven't done it since that content collaborator day. I did it once, terrified me. I was going to do it a second time there. It broke down, and that was my sign to never do it again.
So just to disclaim that he is actually a flat ride chicken, not just.
I guess that, yeah, because there's not really any coasters now that give me the fear, but flat rides.
Change the name. Change the name of the Instagram account. Also, I'm having a brew sponsored by Wickerman. James, where's your brew that I made you?
It's down here. I'd burn myself. I'd
Fantastic.
try and drink it for a good hour.
Fantastic.
They'll see the mug halfway through the show, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, this mug made him a brew. Not even drinking it.
I was talking about costs of passes and stuff last month.
Right.
Have you seen Alton Towers, Chessington, Legoland and Thorpe have released a new pass?
I have not.
A 3-month pass.
A 3-month pass?
3 month.
Right.
Like it's called a season pass, £59.
That's all right.
That's good, isn't it? That's really quite good.
Can you go to all? Do they all connect? Or
no, it's just
all individual.
Per park.
Right.
So you'd be like, but £59, that's cheaper than going twice.
Yeah,
you think I might go twice in the next 3 months.
And that's a one-off payment?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
you couldn't spread the cost.
I think that's bang on.
It's good. It's a good idea.
I've got toothache. That's live. Carry on.
And then the last real big news, well, 2 big news stories. Universal Studios just last week put the planning application in, and there's some exciting bits shared about this.
Which you will...
I'm telling you because you obviously haven't read, have you?
I know.
First of all,
educated.
We're expecting a hotel, that 500-room hotel.
Yeah, that's not like new though. I'd have expected that, but go on.
Well, it's not mind blowing. A city walk. Now, that's exciting for me. You haven't got a clue what that even means.
Nope.
But at the Universal parks and Disney, to be fair, they have their own like outside of the parks, their own like retail and eating areas with like the big chain restaurants and big exciting shops and stuff, and like somewhere you can go after the parks are closed. And
Is that what you see before the Disney castle? Is
no,
it
that's
them
Main
shops?
Street.
Oh,
No,
shit.
this is literally its
Shit.
own. Disney's got something like Disney Springs or Disney Village where it's its own area. It's got its own shops and then like lots of big name brand shops, but then all the cool restaurants like Earl of Sandwich and Five Guys, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's cool. Like Alton Towers, once you finish the park, it's like,
oh yeah, you just
feel like I've got to go home now.
that's it.
Nothing else.
Bit
I'm hungry.
space.
Done. So
Good,
yeah, City Walk's
good.
really cool. They're expecting 8.5 million visitors a year,
Right, obviously.
and the park can hold 55,000 people.
At the same time,
Yeah. Give you an idea, Alton Towers capacity is 28k.
28 million.
No, 28k.
28 million. You did it here
28K.
first. Oh my word. 28 million.
28,000. So this is going to be nearly double the size.
Well,
Park-wise.
did
And
we
Alton
not
Towers is
expect
big.
that anyway?
Well, I don't know.
I'm being cynical here, aren't I? Like, it is exciting news, but
proposed opening hours 7 till 11.
7 till 11's bang on. It's needed.
That's probably not like the park itself, but
Yeah.
with City Walk and then like kind of character dining, stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, that's good though. That's a good night out. That's a good day.
Alton Towers needs to open later anyway, in my eyes, or the theme parks in general. So,
that is the big thing. You look at Towers at summer holidays closing at 5 o'clock.
I will travel back in time to just after COVID, and sometimes randomly on the day decided to open an hour or 2 hours later. Granted, not great for the staff, but for the guests, that were like, wow. And I've always got this one story where me and Zach running for Nemesis, and I'm going off on a tangent, but that's what waffle. It's
what he does.
Name's on the tin, right, or packet. And we ran for Nemesis with 5 minutes to go. It's like a scene off of, what's that film? I'm putting on Lee Evans. I'm not going to make it. I'm putting Attempted. Zach couldn't get there. Nearly had a stroke. We got there. We found out that we're open for an extra 2 hours. So that's why I always go to that reference where Alton Towers spontaneously did that. And I'm all for that. But lately, theme parks have just been shutting. And I get it. It's a money thing. It's a situation. It's costs. But I think theme parks in the UK should be open a lot longer.
They do, and that would be the great thing. Universal will hopefully make them think about that.
Good. So they should.
60 days of Halloween Horror Nights as well. That's what they're quoting up to. 60 nights?
60 days. What's the ones that you've been to? How long are they?
About 38.
60 days. So it's going to be Halloween
up to 60
before
days. So they might not
Halloween.
do that many. They're just saying they could do up to 60. I guess this is green sky thinking in it, these plans.
Green sky thinking, yeah.
You know what I mean? But that covers you for all of October. Oh no, it's got to be more than that at Florida because it's opening in September and October, so it's more than 30.
So 2 months in effect then.
2 months, yeah.
Yeah, so September. So yeah, you'd be going September and October, or October then November. Or encroaching into those.
And that'll be open till at least 2 a.m. Which is
in the AM.
Exciting.
I'm excited for that, just based on IPs.
And then they've said, planning application wise, max height of 377 feet for buildings and coasters. So there's a potential to have UK's tallest roller coaster at 377 feet.
Even bigger than Hyperia.
At least 100 feet taller than Hyperia,
so
potentially.
You've got the record for another 6 years. 6 years.
They might not do that, but the application is there, the planning is there, so
why not? Unless Blackpool jump in with an even bigger one.
The even bigger one. You'd think they just added a bit of extra track.
It could be done, couldn't it?
It would surprise me they haven't done it.
It could be done. I could do it on Roller Coaster Tycoon or Theme Park World. So why are you doing, Amanda Thompson? Get it done.
And then the last piece of news to talk about is the terrifying news that another year of Merlin losses.
Oh, James has got... Go on, break it down.
We've got some good stuff here because the wife is into accounts. It's a job. So they've lost 492 million this year.
All right.
Losses, which is a 3.2% revenue decrease. Mm-hmm. So that's how much money they're making. They've had guest attendance go up 1.1%. Right. So it's not like less people are visiting, but they're spending less.
So the popularity is still there, but the losses are bigger.
Yeah, they're not spending as much. So more people are going, in theory, to Merlin entertainments over the world.
Right.
But they're spending less.
I'm like you that's watching.
Which is like... and I get that. We take packed lunches, don't we, when we go towers?
We do, yeah. It promotes it, so they're almost shooting themselves in the foot, but I'm for it, so don't even think about it, Merlin. Don't be tight like Blackpool. Blackpool.
Now, there is a 1.1% increase in visitors, but this isn't across the parks, really. The parks have seen decreases, apart from Legoland. So this is more their other attractions.
Dungeons.
Like the Cadbury World, like...
Have they
the wheel in
got
Orlando.
more on the pass this year, though, for it to be an unfair reflection or not?
Well, this is Merlin as a whole.
That's a good question.
This isn't just the park.
Yeah.
This is Merlin as a whole.
But have they got more? So if the 1.1% or whatever it is increased, but they've also gained another free, like properties or attractions.
Yeah, they've been buying that. That's the next big point. Is some of this loss?
Yeah,
is from costs for attaining new things. So the wheel in Orlando and Cadbury World, because Cadbury World's acquisition would have been part of these figures.
Acquisition, what a word, James.
So
acquisition.
Everyone goes always doom and gloom because it's two losses in a row, two big losses in a row, but they've spent, and sometimes you've got to speculate to accumulate, haven't you? So
you have.
Will these kind of decisions, these buys that they've made, pay off in the long run?
It's not looking good at the minute, I'm not going to lie. Again, as you can see by my reaction to this financial information, maths is not my strong point. But from what I see from the outside, Merlin, it's looking a little bit worrying. There's a few question marks. A little bit.
So they haven't paid...
I'm not a businessman.
They haven't paid shareholders for 2 years now.
He knows his stuff, see?
That's always a bit of a like... They're ultimately the people pulling the strings, aren't they? Pulling the purse string and... You know what I mean? But they've had cost of staff go up, so that's going to eat into any profits.
Obviously.
And that's partly why we've seen
so many
staff cuts. You know
entertainment.
What I mean? Entertainment's gone. You look in the shops, well, not the shops, but the restaurants, they're all self-service tills now. Pushing that as a way of cutting staff numbers.
Modern world, man.
You know what I mean? And that's it. Like, I think they have gone down. The values have gone down. It is a bit of a worry, and we will see kind of negatives on it, but I don't think it's as terrifying as that states. You know what I mean? 492 million sounds like a lot.
But do you think it's a short-term pain for a long-term gain, or do you just see a big worry?
Well, I worry, I worry. Like, from someone who goes to Alton Towers a lot, and I'm on that content collaborator program and all that kind of stuff, and you hear about these plans for things like Horizon and Galactica retheme, and they've all gone quiet.
A lot of things tend to go quiet. They really do. They just it's almost to pacify with a little bit of a conspiracy theory or a little bit of a rumor. It builds that, hype, and then, like what you said, months later you think, well, where did that come from? We need solid excitement.
That's it. We just haven't got that at the moment. No. It is a bit like, well...
That's why I like Poltons. Like, I really, really like Poltons, and I'm not dragging it in different directions, but Poltons, they give you the information, they give you their plans are open, they're transparent, they create that excitement and that hype, and anticipation, that's a good word. Whereas Alton Towers / Merlin at the minute, it's a little bit, like I said, it's a ghost town in terms of information, in terms of excitement. Not a ghost town in terms of the parks, because, as you said, guests are still there. We're all loyal. We all pay a Merlin pass. We all love the parks, but you need new to churn.
It is weird because there's nothing. Everything's quiet at Towers, Thorpe. Everything's gone quiet. I know they had Hyperia last year. That was amazing. Don't get me wrong, but that's all quiet. There was supposed to be a stage coming and loads of work going in there.
Well, it's
Legoland was
the area on Hyperia as well. That's like it's almost half a job.
Yeah,
great roller coaster, but in terms of surrounding, it's still like on a construction site. It's a little bit like, I'm a cynic.
But you look at Chessington, and you can see the development. You can see Paw Patrol's coming along. You can see the demolishing Wild Asia, and potentially putting Minecraft in. You can see the work going in there, but it's just the other parks.
Do you? Last question from me on it, right? Is that because I'm trying to be intellectual, or at least sound like I know what I'm talking about. Do you think that it is heightened at the minute, Merlin, in terms of scrutiny, because of, again, these cuts and these losses that we know about? Evidently, do you reckon that Merlin are getting a little bit of, too much scrutiny? So when a ride does go down, as an example, what I mentioned about Smiler and Rita, that we're all over it saying, "Oh, Merlin, bad job." The Blackpool thing that we talked about on the last episode, go back and watch it. It's also on Spotify. Listen. Taking the attractions off, such as the tower, so that keeps them wide open for criticism.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean in that?
When it's just negative over and over again, you do, don't you? Where's the win? They need a win, and maybe that'll be it. Paw Patrol will open, and we'll go, "Oh, that's really good." And
that's what I mean by the short term.
Minecraft coming across, But like Legoland was the park I always went, "Oh, you can see constant development, you can see constant investment." You can go, "Oh," and it's obviously that's proven by this year. It's the only park of their parks that's increased guest revenue.
Yeah, and again, that's a different market.
But no investment there this year. There's nothing to see going, "Oh."
But parks, again, do I sound educated or do I sound like an absolute tit? My French is that Legoland is a complete different market, and I don't think that's the market that's ever going to lose, because it's a family, it's young children orientated, and parks like that, that's things to do to pacify. I think Alton Towers and Thorpe Park have got a different clientele, like us as theme park enthusiasts, which love to spend our time and our well-earned money there, whereas a Legoland is families taking the kids out on weekends to do things. So I think it's a bit unfair to see a change in reflection on visitors on that. Again, that's me overthinking it, but I don't know. I think Legoland's always going to be full. It's got Lego in the name. That's an IP.
Yeah, it is an IP park.
So,
no matter what we say, when we say Universal, we talk Disney.
Yeah,
it's IP parks. Legoland is an IP park, and it won't feel the necessary kind of problems that Towers and Thorpe and will.
Anyway.
The one last thing to talk about in regards of this money is how Merlin value their own properties.
Right.
So they value every year what each of these properties is worth.
Right.
Thorpe Park took a massive hit last year. So previous year they said it was valued at 30 million. This year, 8 million.
8 million?
Yeah. What a massive loss.
And they've gained, when you say as a property, do you mean Thorpe Park as a whole?
Yeah.
So Thorpe Park as a theme park, last year they valued it at 30 million, this year 8 million.
Yep.
And they've got the new addition, Hyperia, within that time frame.
Now I'm wondering if this is because they've gone from a theme park to, yes, we are specifically Frill Park. That's where I'm wondering if they're going, well, we've cut down our revenue here because we're saying kids, we're giving kids under 1.2 free entry, and we're saying it's not for them.
I'm not a businessman and I don't understand the logistics, but as a simpleton, can you say that these days or not? I do apologise. I am a simpleton, so I can say that. I just don't understand the logic in that. Is that if they were worth 30 million before Hyperia and now they've gone to 8 million, what's the reasoning other than what you just said?
Who knows? It's their own valuations as well. So
if you invest new,
take it with a pinch of salt. They devalued Gardaland as well, because this isn't just the UK. This will be every Merlin property. This is as a whole.
It's like having a house and putting an extension on it, but then it taking down in value. That makes no sense. You're adding value by putting that extension on. So surely by putting Hyperia in, should that not add value rather than...
I guess it depends. You've got to think there's some attractions that have now gone as well in creating Hyperia, like Black Mirror Labyrinth's gone. And...
Is that? I mean, I'm bad at maths, but surely it's not like for like. But anyway,
I don't know. It's their valuation, so it probably means nothing. But it's just odd that they would choose to do that. They've done it with Gardaland as well. They put new rides in there, a new drop tower like Crop Drop, but they've devalued it this year.
It's so educational. It's unbelievable. This just for the format, I'm hearing these questions for the first time. So you guys have got anything to say or add to it, write it in the comments below. And if you're listening on Spotify, do whatever you need to do in some way, shape, or farm. We're not crossing into farms. Format on YouTube or Instagram. You've got to plug it, haven't you?
That was my news, though, so it's been a very slow month.
Is that it?
Yeah, literally.
Is that the news?
The biggest booze piece is that
20 minutes this time
isn't open. I don't think we're to say.
It's not the biggest news, man. Rita's not going nowhere. I'm calling it.
It's going.
Have you seen my eyes as well, by the way, on this? Right, going like that. I've got a fly in this house. Summer. It's the thing I hate about summer. A fly can get through a gap at yay big, but can't get through a gap yay big. You know. Anyway, sorry. Now James is looking for it. This is podcast problems, man. So can I jump in with a game then?
Go on then, let's have a game.
So obviously we've just done the news. You know, I can think of many a chicken pun, but I can't think of a waffle pun. So the news is chick it out. And I've got a game. Slap my leg again, right? I'm gonna have to look at my phone for this. Bear with me a second. So this ultimately is going to be which ride to keep, or which ride to chuck in the bucket, chicken bucket. Are you with me?
I'm with you.
Are you with me? Yeah?
I am with you because you pre-warned me about it.
I have pre-warned you.
If you hadn't pre-warned me, I'd be going, what's it about?
We've seen them all across TikTok when they do it with celebrities, etc. So I'm going to try this, right? And it's just going to be quick fire. I want James, which ride would you coop? On which ride would you chuck in the bucket?
Coop or bucket?
So, for the format of this, just tell me the ride that you would keep, and then we'll move on. Right. And I'm starting. This is an Alton Towers edition. Because if it works, we can go further and further on future episodes. So, here we go, James. Right. So, Alton Towers, Hex or Gangster Grind?
Hex.
So, you're cooping?
Yeah, burn Gangster Ground.
Right, so you're cooping Hex. So Hex or Runaway Mine Train?
Runaway Mine Train.
Oh, he's already sacked X off. He's sacked X off. Loyalty of this man. Unbelievable. So Runaway Mine Train or the Congo River Rapids?
Mine Train. Choo.
Choo. I see what you're doing there, right? So Runaway Mine Train or Spinball?
Spinball.
Oh! He's jumped ship again.
This is tough.
He's jumped ship again. Right. Spinball or, I know this one already, Toxicator.
Spinball. It probably spins more than Toxicator.
It probably does, to be fair. Spinball or Smiler?
Smiler.
Oh!
Smiler's a top tier.
Smiler or Curse at Alton Manor?
Oh, that's dirty.
It's getting hard now. Dirty that, isn't it? Sneaky.
I don't think I'd forgive myself, but Smiler.
What?
Yeah.
Cheap.
Brings people to the UK for world record.
And that's a coaster chicken.
World record breaker.
Chicken Smiler of a wow. Wow, I'm stumped.
Sorry, Curse.
I am stumped.
Sorry.
So Smiler or 13?
Smiler.
Oh, I've got a feeling we might have a winner here. Smiler or Wickerman?
Smiler.
I know this one as well. Smiler or, wait for it, Oblivion?
Smiler.
And then the last one, Smiler or Nemesis Reborn?
I was only waiting for Nemesis. As soon as you said Nemesis, that's it.
Nemesis Reborn is the ride that you cherish the most.
It is.
The one that you would coop, and the rest of the rides is put in the chicken bucket. There we go. That's my game to the table at the Waffle House.
I actually brought you a game as well, because I thought last week I missed out.
Me again?
I've called this Yorkshire Man. How much?
Oh.
So I have trolled the internet for some special VIP experiences. And I was going to tell you about them. And all I want you to tell me is, how much?
How much? Is that Yorkshire?
That was supposed to be Yorkshire. I'm sorry if I let you down.
A disclaimer as well, right? That this is not stealing anyone else's idea on how much. Because I do know there is a podcast that's got a game referring to how much. So James is not aware of that, evidently. So I'm sat here going, but yeah, it's not. Carry on.
Oh, okay.
James
well,
is confused.
if I have stole your idea, sorry, whoever you are.
How much? Is that Yorkshire?
So I've started easy. We're going to Blackpool and I want you to buy me a ticket to do Enzo.
Enzo.
How much is it, though?
That's £15.
It is. Is it worth it, though?
Are you giving me multiple choice or not? Am I just going to have to...
No, you just have to guess.
Okay, now my friend.
That was
Talk about difficult. £15. Is it worth it? No, it's not. I've done it. We've had this conversation before. Bring it down to 5 and it'll be worth it.
Yeah, I agree. 5, 7.
7.
This one I did myself recently. I'm part of the Content Collaborator Programme. Recommend it. I'm about the iconic house and garden tour at Alton Towers. Before you guess, this is a 2-hour experience with 2.5 kilometre walk around the gardens with a very knowledgeable leader. And then you get to go in the house that nobody can go in nowadays.
He's plugging this
I know you have been in the past. I know people have been in the past. Can't now, but you can now on this. How much, though? How much?
Hashtag gifted. Hashtag ad. He's plugged that really well there. Yeah. Knowledgeable. He is. I don't even know who the guy is, but how much? How much do I believe or how much would I?
Both.
Right. So how much I believe, $29.99, and how much I would, $15.
Do you know what? Get your wallet out because it's £10.
What's that
It's a bargain, isn't it?
So it's £10.
That's £10.
Wrong on both there.
That is a bargain, I think. Let's head over to...
You've got to pay for it in steps, though, really, aren't you?
It is a lot. It is a lot. Like, I am not the... I will do a lot of walking and I struggled.
Jess is not doing that.
Yeah. It's not easy. Let's head over, though, to... I've got 2 experiences for you here at Chessington World of Adventures.
What a park.
The first one is the Sulcata Tortoise Experience, where you can wash a tortoise, and that's a 30-minute experience. How much, though, to wash a tortoise?
How much to wash a tortoise? £5. It's not going to be because that sounds ridiculous, but that's what I would pay to wash a tortoise. I don't even think I'd... £20 to wash a
tortoise.
What do you get to rent it for a month for?
Well, you get half an hour with it.
Half an hour with
Close contact with the tortoise. And then the other one, so you've thought that was overpriced. Wait for this. So you can have the Mandrill Mayhem behind the scenes experience.
I'm down for that, but go on.
Now, this is a 2-hour experience. You do also get an exclusive ride on it.
Right. Exclusive ride.
Yeah, so you get to ride it. I assume it's a fast track. It doesn't explain very well on the...
It's not exclusive
on the website. But you do get... Whether that's like... Because you get... Basically, you're going on with the ride ops there.
Right.
Talk you through the attraction and you go behind the scenes and get to touch the track. Maybe they'll ride you in it when the park's closed. Maybe you just literally get a fast track. I don't know. It doesn't explain very well.
Maybe they'll ride you in it. Right.
How much are you paying, though, for this one?
For that one.
It's the Mandrill Mayhem 2-hour experience. After the park closes.
After the park closes. Again, I'd probably say £40 is what I'd guess it'd be. Again, how much? Because I'm from Yorkshire on tight, I'd probably stretch to 30, but I think $39.99.
Maybe I've not sold this very well. Let me try that again. So, this is exclusive behind-the-scenes access to a ride, a brand new ride. Mm-hmm. I assume you can get pictures touching the track.
Yeah, but I'm just going on, where the hell can you exclusively get? You can't climb to the top and shout, Jumanji! You can't walk on that track that you can on Oblivion and Wicker Man, or the big one. So the only place that you could touch the track would be in the station or outside the station as it reverts backwards, where it's a little bit foliagey, it's a little bit bushy. So I get what you're saying about exclusive, but photo opportunities, you ain't got none that are great, unless there's some sort of hidden tunnel on the pamphlet. Go on, James. Sorry, I'm
150 quid.
Shut the front door.
It's 150
pounds. 150 pounds. Do you get what I mean, though? About where could you possibly get exclusive?
I assume you get to walk all the way around the track.
How?
I assume. I don't know. For 2 hours, if I'm just sitting in the station, I'd be peeved.
No, I can't imagine that you... If you could climb up, like I said...
I don't think you climb it. It doesn't say anything about climbing.
Then fair enough, but there's nothing exclusive about that.
I'm feeling like you just get... Maybe you'll get to walk around the track. If anyone's done it, let us know, because I couldn't afford that. I'm not going to lie.
If that... Blackpool get ripped for things like Valhalla, right? But 150 quid for that? Why is Chesterton not getting? I love Chesterton, by the way, so I'm not wanting to direct any criticism, but that is a shitload, my friend.
It is a lot of money.
Maybe I'm just naive in what I think it contains, but whew, I'm stumped. I'm shocked.
It's bad, isn't it? It is bad.
How much?
Bad. It's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. I get that. It's a lot of money. We've got a couple from Legoland for you. So
go for it then.
First of all, how about a shark feeding?
Shark feeding? So, where's the actual sharks?
You know the Lego Deep Sea Water ride?
Yeah, the submarine one.
That's got sharks.
Like what on
you can have an exclusive feeding session with them, 45 minutes. You also get to ride it as the first ride of the day. You are guaranteed to be the first people to ride it that day. Okay, you do get a pop badge, a lanyard, and a shark man pop figure. So I'm assuming like a not minifigure, not pop figure, Sharkman minifigure.
Right.
How much?
£50.
£50?
I'd be willing to pay 30. There's a pattern here.
You're very close. 60 quid.
60 quid.
60 quid.
Is that £60 per person?
Yes, per person.
And this is my tight Yorkshireman in me, so that's me as an adult taking my child to do that. That's £120.
If you want to get rid of your child, though, it's a quick push.
Yeah, but who's doing that? You just watch and wait for me. I'm off the feed.
I meant push me in the shark tank. I meant,
yeah.
I mean, just let me watch.
Wow. So
the other one we're talking about is the Dragon.
Right.
They do a behind the scenes on the Dragon. So the Dragon roller coaster.
Yeah,
you also get a lanyard and a pop badge.
Mm-hmm.
How much?
Again, I can't really see the behind the scenes would be good in that though.
Just I bet the dark ride section.
Yeah, the dark ride
that's
section.
Real
yeah,
good.
So on that then, so on the premise of how much Chesterton was, I'd say this could stretch to £100.
70 quid. The prices here are all random, aren't they? They're so random.
That's better.
Because I would pay that.
Modern world at the minute, innit, right? So who would it all not Alton Towers, Blackpool that sniffed out an opportunity like first in terms of behind the scenes on rides. And then everyone's doing it now, aren't they?
Yeah, everyone seems to be doing
Merlin's not done it for for a while.
Yeah, it took a long time for them.
And Merlin's jumped in, and I get it. As a business point of view, it's smart and it works. And we all want to see exclusive behind the scenes stuff. Do I think that they're worth the prices that they're charging? No. Do you, James?
It all depends. Like that garden walk is a bargain, 10 quid.
Yeah, but again, no, you can walk that garden walk.
Yeah, but you don't get the facts.
No,
you don't
I
get
get
2 hours
and
the access to the house that you can no longer have because of the work.
And the fact that it should celebrate is what is the big iconic thing about that park. So I do think that's great. It's a guided tour. I mean
if I was into animals, a shark feeding experience or
also
washing a tortoise, I'd be for 20 quid. I'd be up for that.
Sometimes though, like some of the behind the scenes, right? Like Wickerman. Wickerman's great. You've done Wickerman. It is great. It's good to see it from a different point of view. It is expensive. Same as Oblivion. It's good to see it.
Oblivion's more expensive, and I don't really know why.
No,
maybe it goes higher.
That's booked. It's not a lot. It's like Blackpool. I've done the big one. I get that, and I've always got that because that is an iconic landscape. It is really high. You can see all the seafront in the sense of the strip. So that is it's doing the tower without doing the tower. You're doing the tower outdoor in effect, and you are climbing a big iconic, structure. But Wickerman, Oblivion, Dragon. I don't know.
I like the idea of the
question. This is a game as well, by the way, and I'm turning it into a discussion. But carry on.
I like the dark ridey ones. If Towers said curse, I'd be paying whatever they wanted for that.
Curse,
I really would.
100%.
Sometimes I will go to the park on a day off and just ride Curse over and over in the hope
that you see something
that it will break down.
Oh, right.
I will get an in-show exit. It's not happened yet. I've not been lucky enough, but sometimes I ride it. Just keep going and keep going and keep going, walking around. And go, come on, and I keep thinking, just throw my phone out. Is it weird?
Should I just edge out the ride?
I've got 3 to go. So, next one's a big one. It's your birthday soon. It's not. But if it was, we could have a birthday party at Drayton Manor.
Right. Price
this up there. 15 guests.
15 guests.
15 guests. That includes your entry to the park.
For all 15?
For all 15. A meal.
Right.
For each of the guests.
Each, yeah.
Exclusive character meet and greet. Now, I don't know if that means you're going to meet Laurie and Rory or some bloke in a wig. I don't know. It doesn't say. So we're just going with, I'm going to go with a character meet and greet. Right. Plus a fast pass for one ride.
For one ride.
You choose, though.
You choose the ride.
You know what I mean? It could be anything you want. How much?
How much? It's £1,000, that.
750. That ain't bad, I don't think.
No, not 15 people.
You club that many people together for a day out at Drake Manor?
It's 15 people. I'm bad at maths. Do the divisions. It's not too bad. You've got to have 15 friends there. I ain't got 15 friends. So that'd be a lot. But I think there's a value point of view, yeah.
And the last one, we're going down to Thorpe Park for the last couple. So they do a behind the scenes of the Walking Dead roller coaster. Lights on. You can take pictures next to the track and all the elements. Can't take any video. You do get a pin badge and a limited edition Walking Dead poster.
Is it limited edition though?
Yeah. Apparently.
Something you can get from HMV. But no, go on. I'm
open-minded. How much?
How much? £50.
70.
70. See, you just always have to encroach a little bit too much, but.
And then to kind of flip it on the other end, they do a Nemesis Reborn one, VIP track walk. You get to walk up the lift hill.
I thought you just said we're going to Fort Park for the next couple.
Well, that was just that one. So Nemesis lift hill. You walk up the lift hill. You get to see the tech bunker.
Yeah.
You get to see the transfer track cabin.
Right.
And you get to go in the ops cabin. Yeah. You get a fast track for the ride and a pin badge. How much?
£70.
You'd think that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You'd think that, judging on the other track walks, are 70. 90.
90. See, they're milking that. They're milking that Nemesis is at its peak. And this is what I mean by 70. It's still too much, but yeah, I'd pay that.
You didn't do too bad there. You didn't guess any of them right, but I knew
I did. I got Enzo right.
I knew you'd undervalue every single one. That's why I did it.
Because I'm tight. That's why you say how much?
How much?
That's from Yorkshire.
I was expecting you how much.
I was not paying that.
The last thing really, it's not a question, but they do a Hyperia track walk, right?
Yeah.
That you have to pay for in its own.
Right.
But you can't do it until you've paid and done another track walk experience first.
Are you joking? So that's like a game. You've got to unlock the level before you can actually do that. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a bit expensive, love, isn't it? That's off Phoenix Nights, that. But that's bad, that.
It is bad.
And how much is that? Are you asking me?
I don't really know how much it is. Because you have to do one of the other experiences as well first. So.
I just think that. Well, yeah, so you add that onto. So, again, I bet there's a terms and conditions on that. You can't do the cheaper one.
Yeah, I bet there is. I know Wickerman wasn't included when I first looked.
Wow, man.
So, because that's a bit cheaper than the Oblivion one and the Nemesis one. But
this is what I mean with mailing. And I get it. It's business. It's what we do, But bloody hell, that's a bit of a rob, that. Is the one that I know you all want to do. You can't do it until you've done another one. You've got to show loyalty to Themepark.
You want to do this, but you can't do it
exclusive before you can unlock that. Wow. But we're paying...
We got to pay for that as well.
Yeah. It's one of them things that, as a Merlin annual pass holder, it should be that we skip that then.
It would be nice. You do get a discount
with
annual pass.
Yeah, no, but... Wow, you learn something new every day, so that is how much?
That was how much. And
I see what you did there. It works.
It worked.
And disclaimer, like I said, is that James, if you think if we are encroaching, if we're not, we're not. But it just happened that it's different. It's different.
So we need to talk because we get our own entry here. I'm sure the Themepark UK awards are up.
Oh,
we need to get our nomination in. Really, we need to vote. So let's have a look at these. Let's look at these categories. Do them quick fire because there's a lot of them. Themepark of the year.
Oh, right.
Who are you thinking?
I have wrote these down. Do you fancy doing a podcast and get given homework? Disclaimer, I thought that I didn't realise there was as many categories as there were.
There is a lot.
Bloody hell, man. Jesus. So we're going for, I've got them written down here as well. Themepark of the year. I've gone for Alton Towers because it is my heart and soul. But there's always a but with me. I feel like I'm cheating on Portland's.
As a team,
I do really like Portland, but I'm going to just lock it in as Alton Towers.
For our team entry, I will go with It's not where I would have nominated. I'd have gone Drake Manor.
Oh,
for the year. Like if you liked Toxicator, you would probably argue Toxicator's made towers exciting, but the entertainment's died, the atmosphere kind of died.
They've got a lot of issues
Drayton's got a lot of events. Gold Rush was brand new.
But you're not encroaching to Portland's.
There's some other categories that I think Portland's are going to be
better
for.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
So we're locking in Alton Towers.
I'll let you have it. I'll go with you.
Chicken and waffles are going Alton Towers. That's got our vote.
Best new attraction.
I've gone for Toxicator, but love Ghostly Manor.
See, Ghostly Manor for me because Toxicator, is it new? I know it is new.
It is new,
but it is just,
and I think it
is very similar to Ripsaw.
Both have
in the same place as Ripsaw.
They're very similar in the sense that they've got that re-rideability. So I think Toxicator, the way that they marketed it, were really well. I think the fact that it's new, it's fresh. You know, I've done Ghostly Manor, and it was brilliant. And that's why, again, I feel like I'm cheating on it by saying it, but Toxicator edges it for me.
We're going to have to agree to disagree. We'll roll a dice on that one.
We'll roll a dice on that, yeah.
We'll roll a dice on that. Best reimagined attraction?
Not being on it, but Launchpad.
See, I've been on the one I went with, Lego City Deep Sea Adventure. I like that. It's a fun one. Did you not go on it when we went? Was it down when we went last year?
Yeah. The submarine one.
Yeah, the submarine one. It's good. It's really good, to be fair. And they've really improved it. Best theme park for families?
Best theme park for families. What have I got? Look at me. Look at my phone here. It's my homework. Chessington or Portland's I've gone, but I'm going to go Portland's on this one.
I went Portland's. Yeah, Portland's. We're knocking Portland's in.
I think as well with what's coming as well. I know that we're basing this vote on the here and the now, but from what I see, what I've experienced, and what the future holds, Portland's.
It's so exciting, isn't it? Every year, and I can't wait to go next year and enjoy the new land and then see what they got planned for the year after. It's exciting. There was a category I didn't really look at because I've never had toddlers, but maybe you want to weigh in on the best theme park for toddlers.
I wrote, can't answer really, discuss.
I just skipped it because I never had toddlers, so I haven't got a clue.
My kids are old now.
The
reason why I wrote discuss on that is because it is a really good, category and it's good questions. So you've got obviously Peppa Pig World, you've got Thomas. You've got CBeebies, you've got Nickelodeon. So I think they all do really well. But I've not really experienced them for that purpose. So, it'd just be a guess for me.
Same.
I think they all do really well.
We'll put NA on that one.
Yeah, NA.
Best thrills?
Alton Towers I've put, but obviously Thorpe has. Hyperia. Discuss is what I put. I just think that Alton Towers is consistent. I know that Photopark is known for just being a thrill park and it's got great roller coasters, but I just think that Alton Towers also gets overlooked as being a thrill park on the premise that it's also got other variants. So I think the better out of the two, most accessible for me, is Alton Towers.
I went Thorpe because it is for me as a chicken.
Disagree with you on that.
You know what I mean? As a chicken, we went Thorpe last month, and I was a bit feared. I didn't like.
I'll ask you a quick question, right? So you went to Photopark last month, yeah?
Yeah.
Which rides did you opt out of doing?
Stealth.
Yeah.
All the flat rides.
All right, so flat rides. All right, go on then. So stealth and flat rides.
Yeah.
I know you don't do Rush.
Yeah, I didn't Rush. I didn't do Samurai. I didn't do Quantum or any of them. Not for me.
Flip it. Alton Towers. Do you do Oblivion?
Yes, if I have to.
Give over, man. How many times did you jump
shit? That's because it's the most boring ride I've ever done.
Oh, coward. No, he's lying.
I'm not lying.
Again, he always just opts out.
Every time you have to, without doubt, I'll do Baron.
Toxicator. You did Toxicator?
Once. I did it. I wouldn't do it again.
So your logic in terms of being more scared of rides at Photopark in comparison to Alton Towers, holds no warrant.
I went, for me, every coaster was a bit, apart from Nemesis Inferno, because to me it was exactly the same as Nemesis.
It's full of shit.
I was a bit, and I've done Swarm plenty of times, but the first time we rode it that day, I was going, oh God, yeah, it's a bit scary. That first drop, that first inversion drop.
The reason you became the coaster chicken is Alton Towers. So
it's because it's my local part, though, isn't it? You know what I mean? But yeah, I think Thorpe's better for thrills.
I tell you what, I lock that in as a team answer. I completely do agree with that. But I still say Alton Towers.
What about best theme park with animals?
Oh, I forgot. That's why I'm phoning me.
There's about 6. Yeah, there's about 6 million categories still to go.
There is, yeah. Category 444. Where did I put?
Theme park with animals.
Chessington. I just can't say Flamingo Land. I'm not doing it. I just don't agree with the prices, and we had that conversation on the last episode.
See, my answer is different, and I know exactly why, because you haven't experienced this part of this park.
Legoland.
Poltons.
Oh, Poltons.
But we've never really done the animal bits, have we? We've been twice and we've never seen any of the
animal
bits.
I've seen a flamingo and maybe a bird.
But they've got a few. They're like an wild Africa bit. We've just never been to it.
And I've seen the animals at Chessington, hence why I've put that as an answer.
It is a very good zoo. It is good. Best seaside park.
It's got to be Blackpool Pleasure Beach, hands down. I've not experienced the rest, but Blackpool's also got a place in my heart.
I'm gonna go with you. I didn't put that down.
What did you put?
Because #ad, #gifted. I've worked with these before. Adventure Coast Southport. But I'll go with yours. You're right. There is a lot of nostalgia for me at Blackpool, family park, holidays, and everything. So yeah, I'll go with you. I'll go that.
We've got that one. We've got it in the back.
I feel like some of these other categories start falling off a bit, and they really struggled. So new event,
Superfans Day, hands down. Done that event. An amazing event on the calendar every year. We talked about it last week and on the last episode and the previous episode. So for me, my vote. I've not really experienced rest anyway. I
did the Lego Festival. It was good, and that was originally my thing because I was going, "Is the Superfan event?" But if you've put it down, we'll lock that in.
I think so. The problem with that though is again that's the target audience for these votes is that there's only a certain amount of people that's experienced it or had the pleasure.
Yeah.
Whereas the rest, you do proactively purchase.
Yeah, I mean, like Lego Festival. The Lego Festival was just something that you
something that you buy. Yeah.
So yeah, you just turned up.
It's a little bit of a weird one, that though, isn't it? So yeah, because you can't buy super fun event access.
It's just whether you've got invited or not, isn't it?
Yeah, that's for me that one.
New entertainment. You can obviously tell this was a struggle because I read through these and was like,
yeah.
Is that an event? What I've gone for, I don't know if you'd class it as entertainment.
I wouldn't. For the one that I've gone for, I've just gone for compounds.
Yeah, that's right. It's a scare maze. Yeah, it's a very good scare maze.
I didn't even see it at first. I'm like, I can't really answer this question. I saw a compound. They're like, oh, that's got my vote because that's the only one that I've experienced.
That was pretty much it. Yeah, there's only. I've experienced a few of them, but that was the only one I'd say was really good.
It were good. I enjoyed it. But again, if you'd have put that in a category of best scare maze, then fair enough. But
it
was a little bit misplaced.
Best new food outlet.
I can't comment or vote on that. I've put. I get the Oak Chain Grill or whatever it is.
I still need to eat because the menu sounds good to me, to someone who wants something different, like a burger that's a donut as well.
The Coaster restaurant has been renovated / mixed up with their menu. Why are they not in there?
Yeah. Well, I guess it's still the same restaurant. It's just got a new menu. Well, the Oak and Chain is a name and a re-theme inside as well.
Is it? Is it re-theme inside?
It's got like hex plans and stuff in there now. And
all right. In that case, it warrants it, but I can't vote on that.
I went Planet Donut at Thorpe because I love Planet Donut. They're very nice.
I'll take your Planet Donut any day of the week.
Sustainability. There's only one thing I even...
Poltons, just because,
the solar energy thing.
I get it. It's brilliant. It's the modern world. It's helping.
What did they say, though?
A better future. And we've witnessed it / heard the discussions firsthand, haven't we?
They're saying it powers Tornado Springs.
And
that's insane.
Yeah, which is what I'm going to say. It makes something really boring sound really exciting. And the guy that I'm talking to, I don't know his name. James knows his name.
Mancy. I can't remember his first name.
James doesn't know his name, but anyway,
I can't remember his first
one of the brothers at Poltons.
Let's call him Mr. Mancy.
Mr. Mancy. It makes it sound really, really exciting. And on that basis alone, I've gone for Poltons.
Best use of an IP?
It's got to be a Jumanji World for me, hands down.
Okay.
What have you gone for?
For me, there's a few good ones, but in my head I had to go with one because an IP evolves, doesn't it? And I can't see Jumanji evolving. In my head I went Saw's a good one, but it doesn't evolve. The films keep coming out. Nothing changes in the ride. It's Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah.
You're getting new scenes in that to go along with Curse the Were-Rabbit.
After that, I'm just basing it on what I've experienced, and I think like Jumanji is a world, they can evolve on that.
So, but they haven't, is my thing. How can you we know Wallace and Gromit is.
Yeah, but
we're getting some new scenes this month.
It is, but it hasn't.
Yeah, but we know it's coming.
Yeah. So although Jumanji hasn't, it doesn't mean it won't.
Yeah, but it's not guaranteed to.
Do you get what I mean?
I like Wallace and Gromit. Okay. But I will concede Jumanji is the
Jumanji, hands down.
Best queue line?
Best queue line.
This is a tough one. There was a couple of really good ones.
Is this queue line? Are you sure it's not the
it says best queue line or pre-show?
Pre-show, yeah. It's a tough one for me. I've gone for a fight off between two.
I have actually gone for a fight off between two. They're not the same two, though, the way you've said that.
Probably not. Mine is Hex and Wickerman.
Yeah, we've gone for two different... Same park.
Have we?
Same park.
Please tell me.
Nemesis Reborn.
Had you gone for Curse?
Yeah.
I suppose.
I tried to do it both because it said queue/pre-show. I know Nemesis doesn't actually have a pre-show, but it has a pretty good queue. I
just think it's quick. To me, that I get it, but again, because it says queue.
When I was looking at queue, I thought Wickerman's queue looks good. But it's boring.
You're forced to stop in both Hex and Wickerman to obviously then be involved in the storyline. Whereas obviously you can go on a non-busy day and miss Curse of Alton Manor's queue. Yeah, I don't understand why Alton Towers have got, sorry, not Alton Towers, but they've got Nemesis Reborn in there. I get
it's a queue.
It's a good theme. I know, but
a very good themed queue.
So for me, that's why it's Hex or Wickerman, because it's immersive. Really,
I went the other way. I went the queue element because the Curse queue has all those little Easter egg gravestones. Then you go into the house, and then you've got that pre-show. And you're saying, I know you're saying they don't stop you and mate you. The amount of times I've done it, like I say, sometimes I just rewrite it all day. The amount of times I've walked through that and people have stopped to watch and you just shimmy past it.
Maybe I'll revert on that. Maybe that's good.
Customer service.
Oh, don't get me started on customer service, James. Oh, customer service. You've skipped. Where's the technology question?
I skipped that one because I didn't have an answer.
Oh, it's like that, is it?
Let's see what
I did the homework.
Go on then, what's your technology?
Oh, my word. Best utilisation of technology, I believe, is what the question or category was. And I went for Daz Panics or Curse of Alton Manor. So,
do you know what? I actually must have missed this category because I don't remember
I think you'd have gone in on that one.
I must have missed this category completely.
I think Daz Panics because it's been there for 2 years. Really loved it. Really innovative.
What's the tech on Curse that you like?
Repetitive. Well, I think the animatronics is it. The use of the spider. I think the ride elements are great. Obviously the pre-show which we've just talked about with the lighting / neon, is it? Tunnel and things like that. So I think that, but I just love Daz Panics. I love the fact that it's one of them where it's very smart as a business point of view and as a guest point of view, is that I'm going in that again and again to be one of my best mates or my family.
Oh, it's so much fun.
I love the technology with the tap, the symbols, and so I'm locking in Daz Panic.
I don't know what else was on this because I missed it completely.
I think them two are the ones.
But I'll go Daz Games. Some of the stuff on Curse is cool, but I've seen it at other things. Like it's on Ghost Train, isn't it? That neon stuff. The Ghost Train. It's in the Jekyll, the Jack the Ripper thing in Madame Tussauds. So. And Daz Games, I'm going to be gutted if it doesn't come back this year. You know what I mean? It might not come back.
Even if it's not Daz,
it's so much fun.
Yeah, I think it's brilliant.
You waste all the money playing that. Customer service. Don't tell me I missed any more.
You haven't. I'm going Portland's. On the premise that we've had good experiences at Portland's. A ride's gone down as an example, and then they've been instantly transparent, apologetic. Quick to respond, friendly, and all that jazz. And I get it. We were on a Superfans event day, so it's one of them where you go on a press event. They're heightened at the best, but the experience that I've had with them is great. Alton Towers, it would have always been, but this year I've had a bad experience. I wrote on my social medias, really rude, really dismissive. Don't worry, James, I won't go into it too much. In fact, no, sorry.
Is this the breakdown?
Yeah, this is the breakdown.
It's fun. It was fun. I got a lot of it too.
Dissipating here, by the way. This is a lifetime. I'm becoming just a shadow. You ever seen Thunderbolts? Yeah, spoiler alert. Anyway, right. So long story short, Toxicator, me and my family went on it and it broke down. It broke down at the end. So the platform didn't rise to meet us. We were on that for an hour, was it?
It was a long time. I'm glad I actually chickened out because
you did.
I filmed and then thought, I'm so hungry. Have I got time to eat? Oh, I had time to have a 3-course meal.
Call you said the best mate. He literally went and had food whilst me and the family Stop.
I brought the food back.
You did.
We ate it while I watched.
Did we have any food? You didn't even. I wouldn't mind.
It's a bit freezing.
You didn't even retract. You didn't even move to the point where we could wave at you. You just stayed like all I saw was a hat. Anyway, so that happened. That's fine. It happens. I'm not that guy, right? But my daughters get a little bit nervous. I get that. I can calm her down. But the people on the ride are getting obviously heightened in the sense of confusion, hysteria, and all that jazz. And the ride operators did not even communicate, have a conversation or anything. They just gave eye contact and stared, making us feel really uncomfortable. When asked what's going on, they didn't know. And I just feel that's really, 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 really poor. And then obviously the ride started to make a movement. It then creates a little bit of nerves for a lot of people on that ride, start to scream a little bit. Long story short, and it took a long time until a brilliant lady came, and then she was brilliant with her service skills in terms of reassurance and all that jazz. But it took all that time is that they'd already failed. And then I went to customer service because obviously they gave us fast passes or whatever it was. Just had a conversation. I got sided, really rude, and it ruined it a little bit for me because I thought the amount of money, the amount of investment, the amount of support, the amount of advertisement, and I'm not bigger than anyone, but Alton Towers can do no wrong for me. But it just goes to show sometimes at front of house, customer service skills, it's a bad reflection on a park if you ain't got it to a T. So sorry, mate.
I'm with you, Poltons. I'm with you, Poltons Park. That's it.
I told you I waffle. I'm a waffler, what can I say?
Best value for money.
I've gone for Alton Towers, but that's based on the fact that I've got a mailing pass.
Now I went for Drake Manor because I bought a Drake Manor pass. It was dirt cheap, and I've been 4 times already.
And I'll take that one then.
Good. Social media.
Poltons.
Really?
Or Blackpool. Poltons or Blackpool is what I've wrote.
Blackpool's. I didn't think of Blackpool. Blackpool's pretty good.
I think they're more consistent, and that's for me. Is I've seen them more consistent. I think Alton Towers lacks. You just get the generic advert. Alton Towers on their socials like Instagram, etc. You only see it if there's someone famous. So Tyson Fury's turned up, that's when they update their stories, or someone from Love Island. But the people that are paying time and time again, that love that park, that take photos of that park, etc., nothing.
What are we on about Alton Towers?
Yeah.
I'm part of the collaborator program.
Well, yeah.
At no point do they ever share any of the collaborator posts. It's like, hang on.
And I would have evolved into that. And that's just the point. Not lightly, but if Tyson Fury goes, they'll share it, or Wayne Rooney, but you guys are doing a job for them, but have got that massive love for that park. So yeah, stuff like that, it frustrates me. But it's like council tax, right? It gets to the end of the year, you see them digging up holes all over the streets because they've got a little bit of money left. Social media, when it comes to these awards, all of a sudden you see it.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing a little bit more these days about
effort all of a sudden.
Oh, it's like, this is what Intoxicated looks like, this and that, and I'm going Blackpool or Poltons.
I'll go Blackpool, but I had Thorpe because in my head it was who comments on my stuff.
Well, yeah.
If I post something about Thorpe Park's social media team always comments.
Very good point.
Really good like that.
It almost makes it believe that there's someone there 24/7.
Yeah, actually
that's got that time and investment. Yeah. Whereas Alton Towers, unless you said you had a bad experience, yeah.
Marketing campaign.
I went for Ghostly Manor.
I went Intoxicator, but Ghostly Manor isn't a bad one. I thought
Intoxicator's not a bad one. Yeah. I think on reflection, Intoxicator I saw a lot more. But I think when I've travelled back on the Ghostly Manor, obviously I got the anticipation for it, really exciting, and I love how they did it. And
the
teasers.
I forgot all about the YouTube series where they showed. Yeah, that was really good actually. So I'll give them them. Let's go with that. Let's lock that one in. The big ones, these are the 2 big ones, and these will feed into the section you really wanted to do today. So first of all, established content creators.
Oh, this is where it gets. Oh yeah, it's a dangerous game, isn't it? When you just disclaimer on this is that I'm not discounting the ones that I don't choose. I've just gone for, I can't even remember the names that are in it.
There's so many big names in this one.
So for the, have you got the names to hand?
No, I haven't. I only took the name of the one. There's so many. They're all the big boys like Themepark Worldwide.
Because I'm crossing over because I know that some that
Digital
I'd say established might be in the other category, the next one or whatever it is. But long story short, I've gone for Thrill Riders because I think he's insane at photography. It's Marcus, I believe is the name.
Marcus, yeah.
Friend. I've met him a couple of times, but no, seriously, he's humble, he's brilliant at what he does, and out of that category, I know that obviously you've got your generics, Themepark Worldwide, etc. There's a lot of people in there that are great, but I'd have just gone instantly straight for Thrill Riders to get my vote in that.
I went Diary of a Roller Coaster Girl.
Yeah,
she's really good. I've met her a few times. Lovely lady.
100%.
Great content.
100%.
It doesn't come across as too like overproduced or in the pockets of the parks. You know what I mean? It's really just really good.
Does her own thing, really.
Yeah,
really nice,
that's the way I put it.
And just loves doing what she's doing.
Yeah. And then is it newcomer? I don't know how
Developing
they put it.
Developing is what the word
so many of our friends and great accounts we know.
Yeah,
so
that's why it gets. This is why I said it's a dangerous game. Cause it's like me trying to pick my favourite child. I can't do it.
There's
my daughter.
So many.
I'm kidding. So it is a dangerous game.
So many of her friends have made it.
And I've not wrote the names.
So good. So good.
I'm just going to jump in, and as a loyalty point of view, as well as to be honest and true, it's Thrills and Food, aka Steve, Robin, Casper, and Lil Eden, the absolute legends. They've got my vote, and just purely based on the fact that one, he's a very good friend, he's a top friend, but two, is I love the consistency. I love the fact that they just love what they're doing. They're humble, it's that family element to it. Steve's intelligent, he knows his stuff. Loyalty in terms of Blackpool, etc., and living the best life. So I've gone in. I can obviously answer that one a lot more than the previous question, because he's what I see every single day, and I'm always tapping that like button, and that's got my vote.
Yeah, hands up. It's all good. So many of those accounts are people that we're friends with. Ben and Holly, Crafts and Creds. So many brilliant accounts that we're friends with, we hang out with, we enjoy their content. But yeah, Steve Thrills and Food, one of my day ones, first account like I started following.
He's got time for anyone as well. And
you used to think he was a celebrity because he had like 700 followers, and that was massive when we all first started. And now he is massive. Now you look at it, and in my head, when it came up as developing, you're like, well, he should be in the category with all the others. You know what I mean? All the big boys, because he's got the same followings.
And that's what I say about Humble is that although he's got the amount of people that he's got following him, etc., he's always got the time of day to be able to speak to you, and that's not just because we're friends.
But that's just anyone, yeah. That's what I mean, yeah.
When we weren't friends, do you know what I mean? So yeah, 100%. I don't know why I went like that. Then got like a shudder.
Well, that leads us on to your roast dinner section.
It's not a roast dinner section.
We've been talking about this for a month.
So just jumping from that. So that's the award. Good luck to anyone in the awards. You all deserve to be in there. Like I said, great categories, and that's whether it's just the theme parks, the generics, the families, and all that jazz, and especially the content creators. Like I said, is that there's got to be someone that wins. Anyone that doesn't win, don't be disheartened.
You're amazing, yeah.
You are amazing. You're on it. Absolute legends, and it's really hard to choose across the two questions. And anyone that we didn't choose, we still love you. But moving on to what you've just said is a roast dinner. It ain't in roast dinner, man.
Explain it to the people at home.
So my idea, and you can see with all my ideas, right, is puns, references to chicken and waffles, etc. Trying to do my own work, trying to make it innovative. So I said at the end of the last episode, right, we're going to do what's on the menu today. Chicken and waffles is a great combination, and it's on a lot of menus, mainly in America. So what's on the menu is a chance to give up to, because I've fobbed him off here, free accounts across, well, I'm trying to word it, across social media, right? And I've gone for, wait for it, a starter, a main, and a dessert. But this week, I've gone in for a cheeky side order and a drink. So it's going to be free accounts that we're just going to quickly jump in and say, they're personal to me. I look at their accounts, I look at their posts, stories, make me smile, and they deserve recognition. They're not bothered, you know what I mean? Because you don't need validation from anyone, but that's the idea. It's random, and on week one, I'm not going for the generic, the people that I would, my friends. I'd put you down every day a week, and people like Steve and Judd's Adventures, etc. But it's not about that. It's about you guys that I've chose. That's a good way of describing it or not?
So really, you fobbed me off though, because I just did the three.
He's only done three. Whereas I'm getting a lot more recognition.
And I did it like for YouTube and the accounts.
Well, we could evolve on it. Is that I've done it mainly? I've done it for Instagram.
I'll do Instagram next time.
Yeah, mine's just predominantly Instagram, where I do a lot of my doom scrolling and looking, etc. I'm not really on the old YouTube as much lately, so it works.
I think I can throw in some drinks.
As long,
I'm throw a cheeky drink and a side order.
Right, so I'm going to go in, right? So on the menu today, right? On my menu, I've gone for, bear with me a second. Let's have a look at my homework. I've gone for starters, right? I've gone for Adam and Craig. I'm going to mess this up. Do things. It is, isn't it?
Why did you choose someone whose name you don't
always
get wrong?
It's a running joke, right? I always put Adam and Craig do stuff, and I think it's do things. It's my ADHD. They'll understand. We laugh about it. So yeah, so I've put them, the legends, the funny. We've met them on a few occasions. I love looking at the content as it is, but when we meet them, when we're at, like, say, an event, etc., easy to talk to, just down to earth gentlemen, funny as well, right? So yeah, 100%. And I think that I won't say that they're overlooked because that's saying that they're not looked well enough. But for me, brilliant. Always love the content. Are you gonna go? Are we gonna do?
I'll do my starter. Yeah,
go on. Starter. It's a new concept.
So my starter, we're gonna start on YouTube. We're going across the sea.
Across the sea.
Across the sea to America. We're gonna go see Park Visions.
Park Visions.
Jameer.
Yeah.
I love that account. His YouTube videos are really good. Always some great content.
I like it.
Yeah.
I've not seen, and that's not. I mean,
I'd say give him a follow on Instagram because he does some really good reels and posts there as well. But he works with a lot of the parks, over there. Something we'd all love to be able to do. Just make some great stuff.
See, this is networking. I like it. Good choice. Even though I've not seen, but I can tell. Yeah, I'm just more bothered about it. He's just only just started drinking his brew.
It's freezing.
It's ridiculous, man. 1 hour and 7. That's been sat there.
Freezing.
Anyway, so for my main, I've gone for Bears Adventures. So Hev and Jake, honestly, they are so down to earth. I'm going to sound repetitive, but there's a bit of a pattern with me. Absolute genuine people, brilliant. I love looking at theirs, as in their accounts, and seeing their adventures. And it's almost like Christmas Day, like I described on last week's episode, is that you just see them living the best life and they enjoy as a couple doing what they're doing. They're each other's best friend, but partner at the same time. And it's always brilliant to see. And when we do see them, it's always how you doing, mate? Sometimes like passing ships, but really, really nice. Really, really nice.
Yeah, having Jake are lovely.
Hands down.
Small little connection to them, right? So this is a small world. Lindsay did a quiz show once with them. Hev from the Bears.
Yeah.
Used to be my sister's best mate in school.
Chances
What a small world, eh?
It's a small world after all. Tell the fact about Small World. Really quick.
Did you know that was me? How did you know that was me?
I know that straight away.
So, it's not a fact really, it's more of a question and an answer. What is the most played, and this is provable, most played song in the world? It's A Small World. It plays.
And I didn't know that. The option that we had, right, for this, you don't need the context, but it was Happy Birthday, Wonderwall, It's a Small World, or what was the other one? Anyway, right.
Just made it up off the top.
I went for Happy Birthday thinking, generic. But yeah, It's a Small World. And why? Because it's continuously played.
Continuously played all day, every day at 6 parks. Yeah, 6 parks.
So if you've got a pub quiz coming up, you may just
it's a good question, that
one of the answers. Thank you, James.
It's good, isn't it? It's good because it's the same song in all of them. And great.
So what's your main?
My main is Expedition Theme
Park.
Expedition. Sorry, that was bad, wasn't it? That was bad.
I'm going to say Exhibition Theme Park.
This guy's brilliant. Like, he's from the UK. He's moved to Florida. I moved to Florida, and he does history videos of theme park rides, theme park attractions, defunct stuff, all over the world. Like, for me, the Towers ones are brilliant because they're my home park, and you get to see things like defunct rides, and you get to hear all about the history of stuff. But like, every time, and it's something different all the time. Last month he did one about a Doctor Who experience in Blackpool, and it was like, I remember going that as a kid. Forgot all about it. And then he was talking about like a theme park, like how it was going to be the new Disneyland was called. You remember when there was like the Disneyland UK's coming, and it was like a Paramount park, because Doctor Who was one of the IPs advertised for that, and that was how he related it. But it was a really good video, and his videos are just so informative, but lots of fun as well. I'd love to meet the guy. Amazing.
You've not met him yet?
Nope. I'd say I'm opening Halloween Horror Nights in Florida this year.
You need to be careful.
Hoping I bump into him.
Make sure that you know the names. That's like that. James has been burnt by that before in actually ordering food. So you ordered corn, wings.
I knew the words. I just didn't know it was going to be.
And he expected meat, but he didn't get meat. So he's been burnt before on that. It's a running joke. His face real hilarious.
What's your dessert?
My dessert, I've gone for Caffeinesplash. Right? I probably should have gone for that as a drink.
Sweet. Okay,
it
you should have
worked. I didn't.
Missed out.
Ooh. So Caffeinesplash, so obviously, his photos are insanely good. I'm jealous. He's one of the best theme park photographers out there, and I'm just going to say, and I do believe that he's underrated, and that's not that's not being patronising. I just think that his photos are insanely good. I've had the pleasure of meeting him once across talking on social media, and he's a top guy in person as well. But his photos are shit hot, and I'll say that statement. Mic drop, boom. So Caffeinesplash as a dessert, cheeky little dessert, brilliant.
Put a pin in that because my kind of side drinks are going to be amazing photographers. So my dessert is
go on
Abrittravels.
Oh, hands down.
This guy's YouTube.
What a guy!
Like,
I'm jealous.
Wears me out watching it. It wears me out how far many places he goes to.
It's insane.
It's amazing. And the place he goes, it's like bucket list places that. But it's so informative.
Such a
but
nice
it's too, yeah.
Well.
When him and his missus are there, and you can see it's just genuine people having a genuine fun time and showing you and informing you, and it's great. I love it.
First time I met him, and that was our first ever vlog that we did. Obviously, he was in front of us, and he was doing a little bit of a vlog, and yeah, crossed paths on the scare mazes. And then obviously I've talked to him across socials, and we've met him. We've had a couple of conversations. Really nice guy, yeah. And I think his adventures are just like they're to die for.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in awe of that guy and where they go. And yeah,
it really does help you plan. I watch some of them, like the Florida stuff, and then you go, actually, this is a good idea. I didn't think of this. And going this place here in like we're genuinely like he's done a trip to Japan, and that's my bucket list. Japan is. And I want to go for my 40th, and we're using some of the tips he's given to help plan it. So it's like, great.
It's a very good shout. That's one of them where I'm looking at my menu going, oh, it's a good choice there. It's a good choice.
He's looking at mine wishing he'd ordered it.
So, was that your dessert? Well, wasn't it? Yeah. So I went for, obviously, so that's a normal format, whereas this time I've gone for a cheeky little side order. So I've gone for Photoparks, right? And they're on Instagram, and I absolutely love their shots. You know, I'm a sucker, as you can tell, right, for a good theme park photographer. And some of their shots are chef's kiss. It works. Menu, chef's kiss. So yeah, Photoparks on Instagram. If you haven't seen, check it out now. And I'm confident you'll believe me. Have you seen?
I have, yeah, I like Photoparks.
Have you seen?
It's good content, good content.
Good. So
I'd put that on mine. I'm like,
disclaimer, he's not got any cheeky side on us.
Because I've had to, yeah, you've literally thrown these two on me at the end, and I'm going to have to twist the rules on one, because I've thought of the two in my head straight away and gone, oh yeah, I'm going to go with these two. But one's a bit chill, because you say, oh, we're not going to do friends, and we're not going to do accounts, but I'm going to have to. But we don't pretend that I don't know these people, and I'm only judging it on the photography, because the photography alone is incredible.
Go on then.
So, if I tell you that I am going with people who I once got mistaken for their dad.
Oscarsairtime. Yeah.
It's Chris taking the pictures and editing.
Oh, that's a grey area there. I've not done there yet.
But the pictures are amazing, aren't they? Let's be honest. I always look at them and go, these are some of the best photography I've ever seen. M's incredible with editing. They used to do vlogs. They don't do enough vlogs anymore. Those vlogs were always amazing. Oscar is a superstar.
See, I didn't go for them for like that purpose.
But I didn't want to be friends. We weren't going to do friends, and then you went, oh, I've done 2 extra. And I was like,
oh, no, that is...
oh, no, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So, yeah, Oscarsairtime. Great pictures.
Oscarsairtime.
Great family.
Great people.
Yeah,
Simples.
some great memories.
Absolutely. Very good choice there. And then I've just gone for another account. Again, there's a pattern with me. It's theme park photography. Right? I've gone for Coastermore, right? And I thought I'll call that the drink. So I've added an extra 2, but yeah, Coastermore. Again, look at their photos.
I don't think I follow them.
Honestly, do it, mate. After this is networking. That's what's good. Discussions, but insane photography.
I'm going to look at that. I don't think I do follow them.
Oh, very, very good. Very good. Very good. So yeah. So that's my cheeky little drink. And what's your cheeky little drink?
Mine is a bit different. So I like a cocktail. I do like a Like you take one thing and you add another thing, you mix them together. So I'm going Books and Roller Coasters.
Books. That if you're from Yorkshire or anyone else other than Stoke, it's Books, not Books. But go on.
A great account. You know, when I started doing Instagram, what I loved is these random accounts where they took one genre of like one hobby and another one and fused them together. But you soon realise that there's not a lot of staying power with a lot of those accounts. There's so many that I loved, like Books and Coasters.
Yeah.
But they all kind of stopped posting after a while or got
Longevity
stale. But she's great. She's still posting all the time. I love seeing her go, taking her favourite books to parks and relating her shots to the book. It's so good. Just something for me that is like proper geeky. I love books and I do love theme parks. And the fact that she manages to bring the two together and not undersell either of them. Great.
Combination and what a description, James. I love it. So that is what's on the menu. You see the concept. You're like, that's not a roast dinner, man. It's more like a buffet. Don't get me wrong, like how many I've just chose there. But, you know, you get the concept is that I think in this community, what's sometimes nice is to be able to give that recognition out and see who I like, who James likes, you know, who other, you know, content creators like. And I do think that they're some of the ones that stick out to me. And we'll do it different every week, what's on the menu. And yeah, you guys are absolutely amazing. And your content is out of this world for various reasons. And obviously on this one, I'm a sucker for a theme park photographer. Just saying. A bit of a pattern on that one, wasn't there?
There was a bit.
But yeah, I think it's a good idea. You know, we're at the Waffle House. Why not? That's what's on the menu.
How was your roast?
I could have gone down, like, say, 1,000,001 routes. You know, I could have put you in there, you know, but it's like, oh, God, you're in the same room, get out of his ass. But yeah, so that's what we've done. Have we got anything else to add, James?
Not
is that
today.
It?
That might be the show.
That be the show. We'll go for a synchronised, like, you know, as soon as you've got the brew, the cold brew, I've got a no brew. But thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe on formats such as YouTube
and Spotify.
Well done. I thought you were going to jump in and say YouTube, but you know.
Oh, sorry. We're still not great at that.
We're not. We're working at it. Thank you very much for watching / listening. Obviously, episode 3, we enjoy it. It's such a good platform for us to be able to talk shit, have a laugh. James get his technology out. Me waffle. James be the chicken that he is. And yeah, we'll see you on the next episode. Smash the day, but do it your way.
And we'll hatch you again soon.
See you in a bit.